Hi everyone, welcome to the next episode of Lex Talks. Today we are discussing a very hot topic in relation to setting up a business in UAE. If you are planning to set up a business, always you ask a question where to set up, whether in the free zone or mainland. Especially if you want to set up a trading business, this question might even get complicated and you may get confused. So stay tuned. In this video, I'm gonna explain what option is best for your trading business, free zone or mainland. So first, let's discuss about free zones. Free zones are the designated special areas within the UAE where they have their own regulations, rules and regulations. They have their own process, and each free zone specializes in certain industry. Free zones, they provide certain benefits like 100% foreign ownership, some tax privileges, and easy and cost-effective company formation process. So in terms of the tax benefits and privileges, not all free zones are the same, because free zones are also divided into two: designated free zones and non-designated free zones. And most of the time, many investors or business owners, they consider all free zones are the same. However, they are not the same, and especially given the recent changes in the tax rules in the UAE, the free zones also now are different. As I mentioned, designated and non-designated free zones. Designated free zones only can get certain tax benefits, and they get it only under certain conditions. I'm gonna do a separate video about what are the conditions to get a tax privilege or tax exemption in a free zone. It's also not automatic. In terms of tax advantages, yes, some free zones, they provide such an option under certain conditions, as I mentioned. Some of the free zones, just to list, Jebel Ali free zone, which was one of the first free zones, actually the first free zone in the UAE and one of the first free zones in the region. Dubai World Central, Dubai Airport Free Zone, Dubai Healthcare City, Dubai Silicon Oasis, Dubai Maritime City. So there are many free zones, and in the UAE overall there are like almost 50 free zones, and each free zone, as I mentioned, they specialize in certain industry. There are some free zones which are more suitable for trading business, and there are some free zones which are more suitable for IT. There are free zones which are more suitable for services, for technology, and etc. Also, there is a free zone, for example, for medical services, Dubai Healthcare City. Speaking about the benefits of free zones also offer like a one-stop, like a one window to register a company. Like you deal only with the free zone authority when you register a company, which also makes it easy, convenient to set up your business. When it comes to the target market, free zones usually are suitable. Speaking about the trading activity, free zones are suitable for international business. So if you are planning to set up trading company to do international business, you're not targeting the UAE market. For example, you want to buy product in a third country and sell it to another third country. Or if you want to buy a product, bring to the port in the UAE, and from there you want to send it to a different country. In this case, free zone is suitable option. However, if you are planning to set up a company and your target market is a local market, so if you want to distribute in the local market, or if you want to have a retail shop in the local market, then free zone is not a suitable option. Apart from the benefits, free zones also, they have their own challenges. So as I mentioned, not all free zones are eligible for tax exemptions and privileges. And another challenge, free zone company is restricted to operate only within the same free zone where it is registered. So you cannot register a company in one free zone and operate in another free zone. So you have to take this into consideration, that your business has to be within the same free zone. So if you are planning to, for example, rent a warehouse to store goods, or if you want to use a port or airport to transfer the goods through the free zone, then you have to register your company in that particular free zone. For example, if you want to bring goods to Jebel Ali free zone and send the goods from there to other country, then it's better to go to Jebel Ali free zone. Or if you want to use an airport, Dubai airport, for example, and bring goods to the airport and then ship it to another country, then better go to Dubai airport free zone or Dubai World Central or Also, it's called Dubai Aviation City. Another challenge of free zones, visa restrictions. So when you set up a company in a free zone, usually, the authorities give quota based on your office size. If you set up with a flexi desk or without an office, free zones, they offer different packages. If you set up within those packages, then usually there are limitations. Like you can get 1 visa or 2 visas, 3 visas, sometimes up to 5 visas when you set up with a flexi desk. If you set up with an office, then you get a quota based on the size of your office. Usually it's in most of the free zones, 1 visa for each 8 square meter. Now let's talk about mainland. Mainland, unlike free zones, they are not specifically designated area. It's actually all the area except for free zones. So mainland companies are registered under Department of Economic Development in each emirate, and they have the flexibility to be located anywhere in the emirate. They're not limited to a specific area. So if a company registered in Dubai mainland, it can rent an office anywhere in Dubai apart from the free zone areas. So it can be in anywhere within the Dubai Emirate. If a company registered in Abu Dhabi mainland, so the company can have an office or a warehouse or a production facility anywhere within Abu Dhabi Emirate. Mainland companies also enjoy certain benefits. So as I mentioned, first of all, the flexibility of being located anywhere within the emirate where it's registered. Secondly, also there has been change in the commercial companies law, and according to the latest changes, now mainland companies can also be owned 100% by foreigners. Before, you required to have a local partner to set up a mainland company, but now you can set up most of the activities without having a local partner. And also, mainland gives flexibility to operate freely within the territory, within the mainland territory. And also, there are a lot of office options, like you're not limited to a specific zone, so you can rent an office based on your budget, based on your preferences, or if you want to have a warehouse facility, there are a lot of options comparing to the free zones. And also there's no restriction like in the free zone in terms of number of visas. So in the mainland you can have more visas. Of course, they look at the business type, they look at the office space as well, but it's not that strict comparing to the free zones. In terms of the target market, mainland company is best if you want to trade in a local market or a combination of local and international markets. So if your business model is to bring products and sell in the local market directly and at the same time send it to international markets, then the mainland company is suitable. And of course, a mainland company also has challenges. First of all, for certain type of activities, you still require a local partner or a local sponsor. And sometimes it can be more expensive due to the higher license fees and administrative costs comparing to free zones. However, it's not the case all the time. In each case, there can be a different answer in terms of costs. And unlike free zones, setting up a mainland company requires physical presence, or you can issue a power of attorney to someone here. In most of the free zones, you can set up a company remotely by signing documents electronically, but it's not the case in the mainland. Although there are options. For example, if you set up a mainland company through Dubai Invest portal, you can do that as well remotely. However, you must have entered the UAE before setting up this company. So let me summarize the difference between free zone and mainland. So in terms of ownership, free zone allows 100% foreign ownership, and also mainland allows 100% foreign ownership except for certain activities which require a local partner or local sponsor. In terms of business scope, free zones are limited to trade outside the UAE, or if they want to trade inside the UAE, they need to have a local distributor or local agent. They cannot trade directly in the local market. But mainland companies, they can trade locally and internationally freely. So they're more flexible in terms of business scope. And in terms of target market, as I mentioned, free zone is best for international markets, and the mainland is best for local or combination of local and international markets. And in terms of tax and financial benefits, only some free zones offer some tax privileges under certain strict conditions, whether it's a corporate tax exemptions or VAT exemptions. So it's not automatic. There are certain misconceptions. People think that, if you are in a free zone, automatically you are tax-free, which is wrong. First of all, you have to be in a designated free zone. And second, you have to meet the conditions in order to avail the tax advantages. Mainland companies, they are generally subject to corporate tax and VAT without any exceptions, unlike the free zones. And in terms of the flexibility, free zones are more flexible. In terms of the registration process, you can set up remotely, and all the documents are in English language and etc. Comparing to the mainland. And mainland also, it's not that complicated to set up a mainland company. However, comparing to free zones, they are less flexible. In terms of costs, where it's cheaper. So like people usually say, I want to set up a company in free zone because it's cheaper, which is wrong, because each free zone, they have their own fee structure, and then the rentals in free zones are different. Some free zones, yes, can be cheaper than mainland, but some free zones can be way higher than the mainland. There is no simple and one answer to this question. The understanding that free zone is cheaper than mainland is totally wrong. That's why you have to first look at your business model, what you are planning to do, where you want to set up your business, which area is most suitable for your business. Then you need to compare the cost at that stage. So considering the above, which one should you choose for your trading business, free zone or mainland? So you need to choose free zone if you want to do international business, international trading, if your target market is not the local market. If your target market is a local market or a combination of local and international, then go for the mainland company. And also, if your main objective is to do tax optimization, you need to go to a free zone which is designated free zone. Not all free zones are designated free zones. So which setup do you think would be better for your business? Free zone or mainland? Leave them in the comment section. If you have any questions, also leave them in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to be informed about the latest news and updates in relation to UAE laws and in relation to setting up a business or investing in the UAE.